The time is now 5:19 a.m. on a Monday morning. So I'm at the end of my Sunday night shift. It was busy the first 3 hours where I was rushing from one call to the next. But after that, it slowed down to a much more comfortable pace. And I had a few longer fares. So I'm at about $336 now, which is okay. I can't complain about that. If I don't get another fare, I'll still be happy. 336, that's okay. And it's, just a little more relaxed than a $400 night. Because the night's over $400, you're rushing, you're hustling. This way, I like it better. I make less money, yes, but I'm not stressed. Just kind of tired, too. Didn't really feel like working very hard. Somebody said that's because Mercury is in retrograde or something like that. I don't know. I just know that I'm glad the night is almost over. Was there anything really crazy or hokey that happened tonight? No. Not really. I'm just on my way to the parking lot to watch maybe another video. And then, if I don't get another call, just go home. I got 40 minutes to bring the car back. This Monday night started out busy until about 10 o'clock. And it slowed right down. And I started watching videos in the parking lot. Oh, that's it. Run the red, why don't you? Yee. Somebody's in too much of a hurry. Almost ran the red. Let's get it to a halt. I don't know if you could hear that. I know you couldn't see it because the phone was pointing the opposite direction. Yeah, I didn't have any really long trips this particular night. Most of them were in the $10 range. I think I did 20 trips in all. The grand total I have on is maybe 250, approximately. Maybe 260, not more than that. Just by virtue of the size of the trips. I did 20 trips. I'm heading out to View Royal where the car wash is that's still open, that's already open. I need to wash the car. I've already logged off. Then I need to go to the bank, and then I need to fuel it, and then I need to get my lower back stretched at the chiropractor's. Of course, you've heard this story before. It is the Tuesday morning ritual. And why do I wash the car? Well, because the owner is taking over after me, and he always leaves me a clean car. I'll leave him a clean car. And he doesn't start till after 7 anyway. Right now the time is 5:24. I should get to the car wash by 5:30. Oh, still got my itchy back. I'm doing what I can to hydrate my skin and make it less itchy. But it's a very slow and gradual process. I got myself some shower gel, which is supposed to hydrate and moisturize the skin. And heal it all up, because I've got quite some scabbing going on my back. You know, when you start scratching with your fingernails, everything turns to blood. Why am I talking about that? This was a taxi vlog. Oh yeah. Well, I don't think there's too much else to say. It was a relatively uneventful night. Time is now 5:22 in the morning. Well, it just flipped over, 5:23. It is Wednesday morning. So this is the end of the Tuesday night. I have $370 on, which was quite busy if you consider that they were mostly shorter trips. Quite a few shorter trips. So I'm pretty tired from that, you know, for quite some times. It was one right after another, right after another, right after another. And I hate that. I like to take breaks after a trip or two. But if it's one right after another, it pisses me off. It's mental stress. I've probably mentioned this already. Then you get tired mentally, and then you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make errors in judgment. I'm just angry. I'm just tired. I did manage to get some sleep, and I did get to watch some video. I would have liked more video and more sleep. That's all. And less rushing to go for the next call. We desperately need those drivers to come back. It's not a fun job anymore. It's really beginning to impact my quality of life. No, I'd say that it began to make an impact back in beginning of July, so now we're getting towards the end of October. July, August, September, October. 4 months. 4 months of harder times. Or should we say busier times and stressful times. Yeah. When it's like this, it makes me yearn for retirement. With much more what is the word that you could use? Yearn for retirement with much more enthusiasm. Desire retirement more than ever. Yeah. Something like that. 2 more nights to go this week. I'm glad this shift is almost over. Time is now 6:03 a.m. on a Thursday morning. I just counted the money and I've got about $400 on. I started last night at about 6:30 and I was busy one right after another for much of the night. I finally got a longer break between 3 and 4 o'clock where I fell asleep because I was exhausted from going non-stop. And the thing is, it was mostly short trips. It was a Welfare Wednesday. All kinds of people were going all kinds of places. The last one was a guy who had been to a golf tournament, which ostensibly happened yesterday. And after the golf tournament, one of the people said, "Hey, let's go over to my place and drink whiskey." So they did that. But this customer of mine was calling me at 5:15 in the morning to go home. And he had not been drinking whiskey. He was drinking water, and then he fell asleep. He had slept for 4 hours. He got more sleep than I did. I am envious. So now, after dropping him off completely on the opposite end of town from where I am usually, I'm heading back towards the car wash that should be open now, close to the part of town where I like to work. I'm going to wash the car, and I'm going to deposit some money to the bank, and I'm going to detail the interior. I'm going to fuel up, I'm going to park it. Don't know if I'm going to go for a walk today. I did not go for a walk yesterday because it was raining and I was exhausted. And you passed me on the right. Whatever. I mean, I can't see the speedo now because the phone is in front of the speedo, but I'm sure I'm doing about 60. But that guy wants to do 70. Yeah. What else? I managed to watch a couple of videos, but inevitably I'm falling asleep while watching videos. The first video was an hour long. It took me 6 hours to watch it. The second video was 20 minutes long. It took me 2 hours to watch it. The third video was 10 minutes long. It took an hour to watch it. The next video after that was about a half hour long, and I fell asleep watching it several times. I'm not going to try to watch it again. Yeah, I'm just going to finish up doing what I got to do. And I'll be back for one more night. And then my week will be done. I'm always, as usual, looking forward to the weekend. I have an outlandish story to tell you. I was just minding my own business, approaching the spot where I like to sit and take a rest. I had been working quite hard tonight. I was quite busy for most of it. Then I got a call to meet up with some police officers on the 3400 block of Saanich Road. Now, I went to the 3400 block of Saanich Road and there were no police there at all. None. Not one police car, not one police officer. None. So, I looked around. I saw no policemen. I thought, well, what should I, do a no-show on this? But I thought I would drive up the 3500 block of Saanich Road, and on a side street, I saw 2 police cars. I figured, okay, well, they got their directions off a little bit. I talked to the police officers there, and I said, hey, I'm supposed to meet up with some police officers on the 3400 block of Saanich, and there are none there. Do you have any idea if it's you guys that I'm supposed to meet, or if it's somebody else? He says, well, if you go out this street, back onto Saanich Road, and turn right on a Blanchard, you won't miss them there. So I get to the scene, and there's like 3 police cars, and there's 1 pickup truck, and the pickup truck is pointing the wrong direction on the street, because it's a street with a median, and the police, the vehicle, the pickup truck is going the wrong way. He's on the wrong side of the median to be going the direction he's going in. And there are these, one guy, a tall guy with long hair, pretty young, he's in his early 20s. He's got like a laundry basket full of clothes and shit. And the other guy is kind of shorter, and he's bald, but he's wearing a cowboy hat. And finally they get in. The younger guy is pissed off because he's just had his driving under the influence, had his license taken, and they're taking his pickup truck, and they're going to impound it. So they need a ride for me. And I say, well, where are you going? He says, the Best Western. And I say, okay, which one? There's 3. There's 2 downtown, and there's 1 in Sydney. He says, the one to the north. I go, oh, to the north. Okay, that would be the one in Sydney. He says, yeah, well, we kept putting it, Googling it, and we kept putting it in the GPS, and it kept taking us downtown. And our hotel is not downtown. Okay, well, then if it's not downtown and it's a Best Western, it's going to be out in Sydney. So we're heading out towards Sydney. We've been driving for about 15 minutes. The guy says, I think we're going the wrong way. I said, you sure now? He said, oh yeah, we're going to we're going the wrong way. We're just a little bit out of town. This is way out of town. I said, okay, but there's no Best Western just a little ways out of town. And then the guy in the back, who's the younger guy, says, the Loft! The Loft! I said, well, the Loft is not a Best Western. What was the name of the pub there? The Loft! And I'm thinking, oh shit, we've gone the wrong way. And because I've been stressed and tired and everything else, I didn't remember the name of the hotel where the Loft was, but it was the Days Inn. Now, had the guy said to me, the Days Inn and the Loft, I would have gone, I know exactly where you're going. But he said the Best Western and to the north. So we get out almost to Sydney, almost to the Best Western. And guy says, and I pull over, and he's trying to Google it on his phone, and he says, Johnson Street. And I said, yeah, there's a Best Western on Johnson Street, but Johnson Street is downtown. Anyways, apparently these guys were driving around in circles, looking for their hotel, which they thought was a Best Western, but it was really a Days Inn where the Loft pub is. And anyway, we finally figured out that we should be coming back into town and going to the Gorge Road, Days Inn. Anyway, the guy wasn't upset with me at all. When we got to back to the Days Inn, it was $84 on the meter. And he wasn't perturbed by that at all. He said, well, all these hotels wanted to give us a room for give us a room for $250. And so I asked him, well, what kind of, you got rooms at the Days Inn? He said, yeah, we got a room at the Days Inn. It was $160. And well, he tipped me $20, so it was $104 on the Interac machine that I collected from him. So he made up what he saved in a hotel room with cab fare, and also got his truck impounded and driving under the influence license suspension. So no, it's not a good day. Not a good day at all for him, or for both of those guys. Yeah. So that's my story. The time is 3:30. I've got 2.5 hours to go. I'm going to watch some videos. Maybe I'm going to sleep a little bit. And I'm going to get back to you if anything really memorable happened between now and the end of the shift. So I think I can probably safely say I hope yours is better than mine.